Good afternoon, dear colleagues, teachers. Good afternoon, dear colleagues, teachers of English. Good afternoon, our students of the 9th grade. We are happy to welcome you in our first seminar on the National Curriculum, IMAR. Let me first introduce myself. I am Lina Nahast, a supervisor of English in Homs Directorate. And let me welcome my colleagues in this seminar, Mr. Mazen Abdul Karim, teacher of English in Damascus countryside. You're welcome, Mr. Mazen.
Thank you very much.
Mrs. Samar Esrawi, a teacher of English also in Damascus countryside. You're most welcome, Mrs. Samar.
Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Dear colleagues, dear students, as you know, this series is a new one, but I think you have all noticed that it is not. It is a simple series, and let us now begin to introduce the content of our first lesson in this book, which is Unit 1. Before we begin, let me ask you, Mr. Mazen, a question. Can you inform our students and our colleagues about the approach applied in this series?
Well, thank you for this question. Well, as we know, this new series, IMAR, it's based on a new approach. This approach is an action-oriented approach, which means that students can learn through tasks and practice.
Okay, so if our student want to get full benefit of this book, he should practice and practice more and more. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mazen. Now, Ms. Summer, can you tell us about Unit 1, which is entitled Make a Difference?
Yes.
What is there in this lesson and what is the content of this lesson?
Okay, good afternoon again, and we have the content of the Unit 1, and we have to focus on 4 skills, which are speaking, reading, and listening, then writing. First of all, we are going to talk about speaking skill, and it contains jobs.
Okay, Ms. Samar, so you are talking about the 4 main skills.
Yes.
Aren't there any other skills present in this unit?
Yes, we have sub-skills, which is vocabulary, and we have grammar.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Most
now,
welcome.
which skill you are going to begin with?
I will start with the speaking.
Yes.
We are going to talk about jobs that make a difference.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's start maybe with Mr. Mazen.
Yes.
What would you like to be in the future?
Well, I would like to be a teacher.
Oh my gosh, sure. Okay. How do you think your career make a difference?
Well, when I teach students, they learn and then they can benefit their country, and in this context, I make something different.
Okay, thank you. You are as a teacher, can you name other careers that can positively change the world?
Yes, an engineer can change the world. A doctor can change the world.
Sure.
Yes, a scientist who works hard to make us get rid, for example, of COVID-19 will make something different.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
After this discussion, maybe the student will work in pairs. Okay, we can ask them of about their future career. What would they like to be in the future? And write down their answers.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Most
Now, as you know, the speaking skill is very important
Sure.
in the English language learning. And after the student practice speaking, what should you do in the class, or what should they do? They will move to another skill, which is
Reading.
Yes.
the reading. Now, what can you tell us about the reading skill? As you know, in your discussion, you talked about different careers that make difference.
Sure.
Now, in this lesson, in Unit 1,
Yes.
we are going to read about what?
we are going to read about a global teacher
Yes.
who is Hanan Al-Harroub.
Yes.
Yes, she was very poor, and we have to know that she's from Palestine, from the West Bank.
Okay.
But then she won $1 million
Okay.
because of her method in teaching.
So, what was her method of teaching? Can you tell us, Ms. Samar?
Sure. Mrs. Al-Harroub play and learn method. She uses play and learn method.
Okay.
Okay, and she still employs this method. Yes.
Okay. So, did she use any tools? Well, what do you
Definitely.
think? What can you
Yes,
say, Mr. Mazen?
she uses a lot of tools. Beside her outfit, clown outfit,
Yes.
she uses the balloons, hula hoops, and puppets, and she uses the video games, she uses the PowerPoint, she uses a lot of different tools to make the student able to understand the lesson.
Okay. So, do you think that her students love her method?
Yes, absolutely. They love her method because they learn while they play.
Okay. Now, what about the other party, the parents?
Yes.
What can you say about the parents?
Okay. First of all, parents refuse her method.
Okay.
Okay, and then when they realize that their children improve their behavior, especially troubled kids, they were very happy to use this method.
Okay.
Okay, and they accepted.
They accepted.
Yes.
So do you think that Mrs. Hanan Al-Harroub was a successful teacher or not?
Yeah, sure.
So what else? Does she have any aims? Does she have a future plans?
Yes, she wants to employ. She wants to employ the money. She get the money in teaching other to train other teachers to use her method.
Okay, so why do you think that Mrs. Al-Harroub chose to be a teacher? Did she like this? Since
Yes, first of all, she just in her first year, when she was a high school student, she wants to be a doctor, but she couldn't, and then she was a teacher, but this does not prevent her from, make something different in her society.
okay, so you mean that everyone, even if he doesn't become the person he wanted to be, he can make a difference through his career or through his job.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much. Now, I think that when you were talking about Mrs. Al-Harroub, there were some new words in this story or this lesson. Now, can you tell us something about these new words and what are their meanings?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the new vocab,
Okay,
just number one is committee.
okay,
Committee is a group of people chosen to make decision.
okay,
Number two is
Yes, as you see in these pictures, praise, which is to encourage students to do their jobs or tasks.
okay. So,
for good
do you
work.
think
Yes.
that Mrs. Al-Harroub praised her students?
She praised and was praised.
Okay,
She was praised by the committee. So it's two sides. Okay, both.
Okay, what other words?
yes. Number three, employ.
Employ,
Yes, to mean to make use of something.
make use of
Yes.
something. Yes.
Mrs. Al-Harroub employs the tools in teaching.
So, can you give us another example about employ?
Yes, teachers should employ the classroom objects to explain the class.
Okay, thank you. Now, what other new words do we have?
Okay, clown outfit. Clown outfit.
So,
So
what's a clown?
maybe because the children like a lot of colors, so she choose this outfit.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Most
What else?
welcome. Yes.
Okay, what else? What
Yeah.
did she use also?
She uses the
Hola.
The
The mo-
hula hoops,
the hula hoops, the PowerPoint, yes,
the
a lot
toy
of things.
cards, the puppets. Okay,
yes, a lot of
thank you.
things.
Oh, what else? What other keywords do we have in this lesson?
Yes, we have struggle.
Yes.
Struggle. What do
Yes,
you mean by struggle?
Yeah, first of all, Mrs. Al-Hroub, uses the method play and learn to make the student forget about the struggle
Struggle,
they
yes,
face in
sure.
their everyday
Oh,
life.
what does that mean?
Struggle something that is difficult for you to do or achieve.
So you mean it's some kind hard or troubles?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, what other new words do we have?
Okay, we have violence.
The word.
And her motto was no violence or no to violence. What do we mean by violence is the use of physical force to harm someone.
Okay.
So no to harm someone.
Okay,
Okay.
so she wanted to stop violence. No to violence. This was her motto. Now, after we knew some information about Mrs. Al-Hroub and her method on teaching, after reading the text,
yes.
let us now do some exercise that represent the understanding of this lesson. So, as you know, the reading skill is usually followed by different tasks. The first task in this lesson is answer the following questions. Now, let us do the task and find out the correct answers to the questions in our lesson.
Yes, I'm going to start.
The first.
Yes, I
Yes.
will ask you, Ms. Samar.
Yes,
What
sure.
are Mrs. Al-Hroub's teaching tools?
Okay, what do you mean by tools? Equipment?
Equipment.
Materials?
Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Al-Hroub uses balloons, hula hoops, toy cars, and puppets, in addition to videos and PowerPoint.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Most welcome.
Yes. How do parents usually react to Mrs. Al-Hroub's method?
Okay, first they refused.
Yeah.
They refused her
And
method,
then?
and then they accepted after they noticed the improvement of their behaviors.
So the students shows that their personality, their character,
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
yes,
Sure.
improves with
Yes,
the time.
yes.
Thank you. What are Mrs. Al-Hroub's future plans?
She plans to establish her own foundation
Yeah.
and use some of her winnings, which means prizes.
money,
Okay,
yes.
the money, her money, to train other teachers to follow her approach.
So she hopes to establish her own school
Yes,
for students.
for students, for teachers.
Oh,
Yeah, for teachers.
she wanted to train her
Yes.
colleagues in order to apply her method. What about what do you think about Mrs. Al-Hroub's method of teaching? Do you
Well,
like it or not?
Yes, I think it's a great approach. It's a great method
Why?
because the student will not feel they are learning while playing. They just play and learn.
Okay. What do you think, Miss?
Yeah, for me, I think that you start with our new curriculum and you say we do and we learn. And that's the way we have to follow
Yes.
to make a difference in our country.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you very
most
much.
welcome.
Now we are going to move to the second task
Yes.
Yes.
in the reading skill, which is to find out or decide if these sentences from the text are true or false. If they are false, we are going to correct the
Correct.
false statement.
Yes.
Now, will you begin, Mr. Mazen?
Yes, for sure. Mrs. Al-Hroub has always wanted to become a teacher. It's false. The sentence is false because Mrs. Al-Hroub has always wanted to be a doctor.
Okay, thank you. What about the second sentence, Ms. Summer?
Yeah, she teaches in a secondary school. Also, it's false.
Why? Why do you think it's false?
I think because she teaches 8-year-old pupils,
Oh.
and they are in the primary school.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, thank you.
most
Now,
welcome.
the
Yes.
third sentence?
Yes, number 3, Mrs. Al-Hroub's school provides her with all the materials. This sentence is false because she provides herself with the materials she needs.
So she pays for
She
the
pays
food,
for
she
her
pays
things.
for
Yes, her own money.
materials.
Yes.
Okay, she uses her own money, as Ms. Summer said.
Yes.
What about the fourth sentence?
Yeah, she successfully deals with the troubled kids, and that's right.
Right.
Yeah, it's correct.
So how did you know?
Because they said she improves the students' behavior, especially troubled kids.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you. Thank
most
you very
welcome.
much.
Yes.
Now, as you know, when we finish reading, we have many sub-skills we have to use. We began with the new vocabulary. Now, let me ask you a question. Should students memorize the new words, the keywords, then recite them in
No.
order to make sure that they learn these words?
Well, I think the student should not memorize the new vocab, rather than they should know how to use these new vocab in a new sentence, in new context.
So learning new words means that using these words in a new context. Now let us move to the third part of our lesson. We are going to fill in the blanks with words from the text. Now, can you begin, Ms. Summer?
Yes, sure. Number 1, the teacher began to praise. The teacher began to praise the students for their excellent work.
So, can you paraphrase the sentence for us?
Yeah, sure. By using encouraging sentences to encourage your student to do well.
So, when you praise your student, you mean you encourage
them,
him,
yes.
you give him presents,
Sure.
you make him feel happy that he is.
You motivate them.
تماما.
Yes, you motivate him. Thank you. Now, what about the second sentence, Mr.
Yes.
Mazen?
Number 2, an act of violence. So the word is violence. Violence caused the window to be broken.
So, the violence caused the window to be broken. Can you paraphrase this?
Yes.
The word
yes.
violence in this
Vi-
context.
The violence mean something to use the physical force to destroy something.
Okay, thank you. Now, what about number 3?
The artist had to employ a hammer to open his paint cans.
So, the artist had
To employ or
employ,
which means use.
use a
To
hammer.
make use of.
Yes.
Okay.
Employ a hammer, make use of a hammer
Yes.
to open his paint can. The fourth sentence,
Yes.
Mr. Mazen?
Yes. She was wearing a splendid outfit, a wonderful outfit, wonderful clothes.
Okay, thank you. What about the last sentence?
Yes, his struggle against cancer lasted for 2 years.
Yes.
Yes, his difficulties, his maybe let's say pain, maybe.
Pain.
Yes.
What other meaning, what other definition can you give for the word struggle in this context?
To struggle to make, something that is difficult, and you want to face it, and you want to just
Achieve it.
achieve.
So do you mean to overcome?
Yes, to
Yes.
overcome
Yes.
some
Fight and overcome
some
something hard,
difficulties.
something difficult. Thank you
Yes.
very much. Thank you very much. Now, after finishing the sub-skill of vocabulary, what other sub-skill is very important for students to learn in English?
Well, for sure, grammar is very important for students, but in this series, IMAR, the grammar is learned through the context, so without the student to feel that he is just learning grammar by,
So you think that grammar shouldn't be taught separately
No.
in a separate period?
No.
Now, how did we, how can we do the grammar task in this exercise?
Yes, first of all, we have to do the text, to correct the,
So we have to make use of the text. So we are going to reread
The
the
text
text
again.
again
Yes,
and
sure.
try to find out what is there. Now the rubric in the grammar says complete the sentences with the correct form of what?
simple present.
Simple present. So the grammar part here is
Simple present.
revision of the simple,
simple
present,
present tense.
and the present progressive also
Yes.
tenses. Now in this you are going to fill in the blanks with the correct verb from the text.
From the text, yes.
Yes, who is going to begin? Miss Samar?
Yeah, it's okay. Dear students, we have to go back to our lesson or text and reread it. Sorry. Mrs. Al-Haroub uses balloons, hula hoops, toy cars, and puppets.
Uses.
Yes.
Okay, uses.
Uses.
Thank you. What about the second sentence?
Parents often refuse, so the word is refuse, the focus on play.
Okay. What about the third sentence?
Her methods. Her methods improve behavior.
Okay, thank you. Number 4, Mr. Mazen.
We play first, and when we play, we learn. This is the method of Mrs. Al-Haroub.
So the students play,
Yes.
then they
Learn.
Okay.
What about the last sentence, the fifth and last sentence?
Okay, the kids don't even realize. The kids don't even realize they are learning.
Okay, thank you. So, as you said, this is a revision of the present simple tense.
Yes, sure.
Can we tell or remind our students of the present simple tense? Can you, Mrs.
Yeah,
Samar?
sure. Simple present tense, definitely we have a general form for simple present tense, which is we have subject, I mean the doer of the action, and we have verb, the base form of the verb, and we have the rest of the sentence.
Okay.
Okay, for example,
So,
yes.
can you explain what do you mean by the base form of the verb, base form?
Yes, the infinitive or what?
Verb
So,
number one.
is it-
Verb number one. No,
Is it-
no, we avoid to use verb number one.
Is
Sure.
it always base form of the verb?
The base form, and we will add s to the end of the base form according to the subject. That
Oh.
depends on the subject. Whenever we use I, we, you, they, and plural nouns, we use the base form of the verb,
Okay,
and
thank
then the rest of the sentence. And when we use he or she or it or singular nouns, you have to use base form plus s.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
most
Thank you.
welcome.
Now, how can we negate a sentence? How can we make it negative in the
Yes.
present tense, Mr. Mazen?
Yes. We make the simple present negative by use the auxiliary verb don't or doesn't. When we have I, we, you, they, we use don't. Example, I don't play football, or he doesn't use the new method.
Okay, thank you. So using the helping verb do
Yes.
or does is the way to make a
Negate.
negative. Now, what about the question or interrogative?
Also, we will depend on our auxiliaries or helping verbs, do and does, to start the yes/no question.
Yes, no
Okay.
questions.
Yes, and then the subject and the base form of the verb. Definitely, either if we use do or does, we have to use the zero form or the base form of the verb.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, most
Now,
welcome. Yes.
You told us about the yes/no question. And
Yes.
what about other type of questions?
Okay.
WH question. We have the WH question, then the auxiliary verb do or does.
Word.
Word.
Yes, yes. And then the subject, and then the verb, the base form of the verb. For example, what do you do every day, or what does he play every day?
Okay, thank you.
Most
Now you told us about the form of present simple
Yes.
in the affirmative case, negative
Yes.
case, and the question
form,
case.
yes.
Now, when should a student use, or when should we use the present simple tense?
Okay, we use simple present tense to express facts,
Facts.
general facts, yes.
Like,
For example, it rarely rains in the desert. Is it a fact?
Yes, it is a fact.
Yeah, thank you very much. And give me another example.
For example, it snows in winter.
It's
Is
not.
it?
Yeah,
Yes,
really?
it's a fact.
Okay. And you know that you play chess with 32 pieces?
For sure, you can't play chess without 32 pieces.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is facts or general facts.
Okay.
And now,
any other uses for the
Yes.
present simple?
Yes, we use the present simple to express habitual action or present habits. For
Okay.
example, the birds return to the island every morning.
So-
The birds return to the island every morning. So this is a daily routine or present habits.
Their habit is to return.
To return to the
their-
island.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Do you have any habit you want to tell us about?
maybe I get up early every day. Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Teachers
Okay.
always get up early to go to school.
Okay.
Thank you that you remind
Okay.
us that we have to go to school every day. Thank
Is
you very
there
much.
any
Yes.
is there any other use for the present simple?
In brief, general facts, habitual actions, present habits.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, most welcome.
Now let us move to the second tense, which is there in this
Yes.
lesson, which we are, as you said, we are revising the present simple and the present progressive.
Or
Yes.
the present
Now,
continuous, yes.
can you tell us, Mr. Mazen, about the present continuous?
Yes.
Its form,
Yes.
its uses.
Yes. So, as you all the students know, the present progressive or the present continuous, we have the form. The form is by using the subject, verb be, is are, plus the verb, the zero form, plus ing. Example, I am playing tennis. He is studying. We are reading.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, can you give us other examples, Ms. Summer?
Yeah, maybe we can use it for future plans.
Examples.
Examples, we are visiting our cousins next week.
Is it a present simple? We are visiting,
Present
No, it's
continuous.
present continuous.
sorry, present continuous,
Yes.
But it
used
as a future.
as future.
Yes,
to express
as
future.
So, there is one use is to use present continuous to
For-
talk about future,
Future
plans.
plans.
Yes. Any
person.
other?
Yes. We use the present progressive to express temporary habits. Example, he is writing a story these days.
Oh, so not always,
Yes.
but for this period,
Period, he is
only,
writing.
He is writing stories. Yes.
Yes,
What
so
else?
we use simple present tense to express present habits, and we use present continuous for temporary habits.
Oh,
Okay, he's eating a lot these days. Yes,
so he doesn't eat a lot.
yes,
But
but
He
these
days-
days,
doesn't always
yes.
eat a lot.
But these days he's eating too much.
Okay.
Okay.
So, have you finished from the rule of present simple
Well-
and the present continuous
well,
or present progressive? How can we make negative and the
Yes.
question
Yes.
from the present
The
progressive?
present progressive is negated by using not, because we have the auxiliary.
Where?
Yes.
Where should we use not?
Yes, after verb to be. Example, I'm not just reading a text. He is not traveling, and we are not playing tennis now.
Okay, thank you. So you mean that we always make negative using not after helping verbs
Yes.
or auxiliaries?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, what about the question or the interrogative?
So just vice versa, we just change the place between the subject and the verb be. Example, are you reading a text now, Ms. Summer?
No, I'm not.
What are you doing then?
I'm listening to Mr. Mazen.
And Mr. Mazen is listening to Ms. Lina.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. So, by making inversion between
The
subject
and
helping verb,
verb.
we can form the yes/no
No
questions.
questions.
yes.
Yes.
And what about the WH questions?
Yeah, WH questions, which means information questions. I have to pick up some information and maybe when are you going to visit, or no, when are you visiting your relatives?
When I'm visiting my relatives on Thursday.
On Thursdays?
Yes.
Is it a habit?
No, it's
You-
just it's a plan for the future.
Okay, you
Okay.
are visiting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
Most
very
welcome.
much. Now, after explaining, after telling us or telling our students about the rule of the present simple and present progressive, let us do this exercise. In this exercise, our students has to choose or
Yes,
select the
yes.
correct form of the verb between brackets, either simple present or present progressive,
Yes.
according to what?
According
According to the use.
to the use.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Can you begin, Mr. Mazen?
Yes, number one, every Monday, look here, dear students, we have every Monday. Sally drives is driving, so the correct answer is drives her kids to the football practice.
Now, if we remember the uses, you used here the present simple.
Yes,
Why?
because we have habit, yes, daily habits.
So it is a repeated action,
Action.
or daily habit.
Yes.
She does every Monday. What about the second sentence, Ms. Samar?
Yes, usually, and pay attention, we use usually here. I work as a secretary, so that's my job. I'm a
So-
secretary, but this summer, now we have here a temporary habit. Okay, this summer, I'm studying French at language school.
Okay.
Okay, so we have usually I work, and this summer I'm studying.
Okay.
Okay.
So for the habit, the general habit, you use the simple present.
Sure.
And for the temporary habit, which changed, you use the present,
Present progressive, yes.
Thank you. What about the third one?
Yes, be quiet, stop talking.
Okay.
John sleeps is sleeping. So the correct answer is sleeping, because we are talking about something which is happening now at the moment of speaking.
Okay, thank you. What about number 4, Ms. Summer?
Okay, don't forget to take your umbrella. Don't
Why?
forget. It's raining. Okay, why?
It's raining
You forget
now.
to ask
Okay.
me. Okay, so don't forget to take your
I
umbrella.
won't.
It's raining.
Yes,
Okay.
it's raining outside.
Yeah, pardon. Yes.
And the last sentence, Mr. Mazen.
She is fit. The question is, why is she fit? Oh, because she always runs as an exercise.
Oh, so what
The-
is?
The answer is runs, because we have always, it's habitual actions.
So her habit is
Yes.
to run every day, maybe
Yes.
as an exercise. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now we are going to move to more practice on the tenses. Now in the second exercise, or the next task, the student has to put the verb in the correct form. So now our student is going to think a lot. He is going to think about the use of the sentence and put the verb in the correct form, either present simple or present progressive. Now, Are you going to begin, Mr. Mazen?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Okay.
Okay. The first sentence, what under the table between two brackets you do? What are you doing, Miss Summer, under the table? Is there anything wrong?
Yes, I'm looking for my pen.
Oh,
Okay,
where's your
thank you.
pen?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
under
I
the
want-
table.
So why did you use the present progressive?
Yes, is it normal to be under the table?
No,
It's not habit.
normal.
It's not a habit to be
Okay.
under the table. So it's a for
Temporary
short
action.
time or so we have to use the present progressive. Okay, maybe you are doing something, you're looking for, you're fixing, you are something else.
So you are talking about an activity which is happening at the time of
Okay,
speaking.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Summer. Now,
Most
what
welcome.
about the second sentence?
Where you usually stay when you go to homes. Okay, where do you usually stay? Where do you usually stay when you go to homes?
Well, yes, I usually stay at a Saphir's hotel.
Wow.
Yes. You know,
Actually, I stay at Miss Lina house.
You'll be
You know.
always welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, here we are talking about what?
General, or sorry, habit.
Habit.
a
Yes.
habit.
So we are talking about habit, so we use the present simple. Number 3,
What a delicious smell. What are you preparing, Miss Summer, for dinner?
Oh my God, what a delicious smell. What are you preparing for dinner? Kibbe.
Thank you very much.
are we invited?
Sure, sure, sure. Most
you.
welcome.
Yes.
Okay. What about number 4?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. What time you wake up on weekdays?
Well, on weekdays, I usually wake up at 6:30.
So, you
So-
are talking
About a habit.
your habit.
Yes.
You usually wake up at
6:30.
Okay. Okay, the last and
And the answer will be, what time do you wake up on weekdays?
So, what time do you wake up on weekdays?
Okay.
The last one, where you live? The answer is, where do you live, Miss Summer?
On Mars.
Okay.
oh, really?
Okay. Thank you.
Definitely not. I live in Artuz.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Now we have finished off 2 important skills, which are
Speaking and reading.
reading, which includes
A text,
A
talking
text.
about a global teacher.
okay, so in the reading part, we have covered the comprehension questions,
Yes.
the true or false. We have
And the
covered
correction,
also
yes.
the use of English, which includes vocabulary,
Sure.
using a new vocabulary in new context,
Good.
and also the
Grammar through
part.
yes.
Now, what are we going to talk about next?
Well, a very important task, a very important activity, which is pronunciation.
Oh,
So we have to pay attention to the new series, because the new series, pays too much attention to pronunciation,
Okay.
because it teaches the student how to speak or how to pronounce the words of English correctly.
so what might our students find difficult in pronunciation? Can they find pronouncing consonants? Can they find pronouncing other letters difficult? Or what is the thing that we focus on when we teach students pronunciation?
Well, when we focus on the vowels,
Vowels,
Vowels.
mainly the vowels.
the vowels, because they are very important, and some students pronounce the words because of their the vowel sound.
Okay, now the second part about pronunciation, we are going to differentiate between what?
Between short vowel and long vowel. Short.
Which vowel?
A, A.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to teach our students
Yes.
how
How to
differentiate in
between.
pronunciation between long A and
short.
short A. Can you do
Yes.
the exercise for us, Mr. Mazen?
Yes, let's talk about the short vowel A. Example like cab, dad, bag, van, mat, hat, map, sad.
Now, let me interrupt you, Mr. Mazen. Now, when you teach
Yes.
your student pronunciation, what are you going to do?
Well, first of all, maybe I tell them to read the new vocab, the new
I mean,
words.
when you teach your
Yes.
students how to
to pronounce
differentiate
between.
in pronouncing long A and short A, how are you going to teach them to do
Well,
that?
they listen to they listen to the CD, or maybe I pronounce if we don't have, I pronounce the words, and then they just have to pay attention to the long vowel and short one.
Maybe
Yes.
they let them focus on our position, our lips, our tongue, our
Mouth.
and our mouth. Yes, in general. Yes, when we say cab, it's different. It's definitely different from jar, cab, and jar.
Okay.
Okay, that's the difference, and they have to practice that.
Yes.
Yes.
So first of all, they should listen.
Listen.
Yes.
And listen again.
Yes, sure.
Pay attention to the sounds they
Sure.
hear, then they should repeat and practice. Now, let us do the exercise that is related
Yes.
to pronouncing
Yes.
long
yes.
A and
Okay.
short A. We have,
Yes. Yes.
yes, Miss Summer.
Yes.
Yes, ant. Is that a short or long? Yes.
It is.
Ant.
Ant is short.
Ant is short. Flag.
Flag is also short.
Good. Art.
Art, it's very long.
Good. Bob.
Palm, yes, it's long one.
Long. Good. Glad.
Glad, it's a short one. Glad.
And calm.
Calm is long. It's like palm.
Yes.
Yes.
Palm. Calm. Art. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome. Yes.
Now, what else are we going to cover? What else should our students learn?
Yes, students should learn. The activity of listening.
Good.
Okay,
Yes, this activity is very important, because the more you listen, the more you speak.
Sure.
The more you read, the more you write. The 4 skills.
okay. Now, what is the listening task in Unit 1, sorry. What should students do? And
Yes.
how are they going to do the tasks after the listening?
Yeah, first of all, students will listen to a paragraph, a short paragraph, okay,
About?
for the first time, and we have to introduce them to general idea of what they are going to listen to.
So you
Yeah,
are going
sure.
to prepare your
Yes.
students.
Sure, definitely.
Okay.
Either we use some new vocab, maybe pictures, and so on and so forth. And then they will listen for the first time. Okay. You will make pause to focus on specific idea or specific information. Okay, because that will depend on the tasks. So we have to choose the correct answer. So here we have to focus on what they are going to listen and what they are going to choose.
Okay.
Okay, and another task is to decide if the sentence are true or false.
So,
So-
are these two types of questions that might be done after the listening activity, or what other types of questions you can ask, or tasks you can ask your students to do after the listening?
You choose the correct answer.
They can choose the correct answer. What
Yes.
else?
Maybe, and we have decide if the sentence are true or false, choose, and maybe they can write something.
Right. What do you
Yes.
think, Mr. Mazen? Can you ask your student to write?
Well, I think in this activity, the activity of listening, the student should only listen. They should not write anything.
So they should listen and
Just
they might choose the correct answer.
or
They might
decide
match.
whether
Yes,
match
match.
or
Yes, matching is
decide
very-
whether
very
it's true or
exercise.
false.
Decide whether it is true or false. Matching is a
Yes,
good task.
yes, matching
Yes.
is a good task. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Most
Now,
welcome.
the last and final skill
Yes.
which students should learn and do in Unit 1. What is it?
Well, the most important activity is writing technique. Writing.
Is it the most important?
It's one
or
of the most
one
most important activity
activities?
is writing.
Why do you think it is very important?
Well, when you just finish the unit, the student should be able to write about something they have already learned from the text, from the reading, from the listening, from the grammar.
So it is the type of production.
Yes.
The student has to produce something
Yes.
that he learned.
Yes.
Now, what is the writing in this unit? What's the aim of the writing task in this unit?
The aim of writing is to write a paragraph.
Just writing a paragraph in this unit?
Writing a paragraph.
What is the technique applied in this unit?
Yes, the technique applied, we have 4 techniques: the topic sentence, the supporting idea, additional details, and the concluding sentence.
So you mean the writing technique in this unit is the student
Yes.
has to learn about the topic sentence,
Yes.
the additional information, the supporting details,
Ideas, yes, and
the
conclusion.
conclusion.
Yes.
Can you tell us, Ms. Summer, what do you mean by each part of this?
Yeah, sure. Topic sentence means the main idea of our paragraph. What are
Yes.
you going to write about?
Can you give example?
Yeah, sure. For example, here in this unit, we are going to talk about volunteering, which is free job, let's say, not paid
Okay.
job. Okay. So we have example here, and they give it to us to rearrange or order our ideas and differentiate between the topic sentence and the conclusion and the body of the paragraph.
Okay, Mr. Mazen. Ms. Summer told us that the topic sentence is the sentence.
The main ideas of the paragraph.
Okay. What about other parts of the paragraph?
Yes, we have the supporting ideas, which give some additional information to the paragraph.
Yes.
Yes, we have the concluding sentence, in which you sum up the paragraph.
So, these are the main 4 parts of a paragraph. A well-organized paragraph
Yes.
should include a topic sentence.
Yes, supporting ideas.
Yes.
Okay, additional
Additional
details and
Concluding.
concluding sentence.
Okay, thank you. Now
Most
let
welcome.
us do this exercise. Now here we have a sample paragraph, but this paragraph is not ordered well. It
Yes.
is not. Now the student has to order the following 3 parts of a paragraph to compose a well-organized one. So what does that mean? The student has to decide.
Decide
Yes.
the topic sentence, I mean the
Sure.
paragraph, the first sentence. The second one, we have the
Supporting,
ideas,
yes, supporting
the additional ideas, information, and the conclusion.
Okay, thank you. Now, Ms. Summer, can you read the paragraph? Then you will try to solve it, read the 3 parts of a paragraph for us, and then you will try to decide which one.
Okay, I'm going to read all now, and then we rearrange or we reorder. Volunteering can help you make friends, learn new skills, advance your career, and even feel happier and healthier.
Okay.
Okay. Researchers also say, so they give us here, the first sentence here, let's say details. About what? We don't get the main idea of our topic.
Okay.
So what we have here is details. So now, researchers also say, we still continue, okay, also say that nearly half of volunteers enjoy improved health and fitness, and a quarter lose weight, especially those working with the children. 2/3 feel less stressed. So it seems that volunteering may improve your life.
Okay.
And we have here more details.
So
It's not the topic sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the benefits of volunteering can be enormous. What do we mean by benefits is
What do you mean by benefits?
The good things.
good
The good
things.
things.
Advantages of volunteering can be enormous. Now, to sum up, in short, okay, by volunteering you can make a huge difference.
Okay, now Mr. Mazen, can you decide where is the topic sentence, where
So-
is the body
Yes.
of the paragraph
Yes.
that includes additional details, supporting ideas,
Sure.
and where is the conclusion?
Yes, for sure. First of all, the topic sentence, the benefits of volunteering can be enormous. So this is the topic sentence.
How did you decide?
Decide because it, contains the main idea.
So when you read this sentence, you understand that you are going to read about
You are going to read about
volunteering.
Yes.
Okay, yes. What else?
Yes, the supporting one, number 2 is the sentence number 1. Volunteering can help you make friends, learn new skills, advance your career, and even feel happier and healthier.
Okay. Can you continue, Ms. Samar?
Yeah, sure. Researchers also say, and this to enrich our paragraph, so we depend on statistics or facts. Researchers also say that nearly half of volunteers enjoy improved health and fitness.
Now, let me ask you a question
Yes.
here. Did you include new ideas in this paragraph?
Not completely new, but
So-
it support the main, yes,
So-
and support the supporting idea also.
So you are enriching
Yes,
your
enriching
paragraph.
our paragraph. Yes, sure.
Okay.
And Carter lose weight, especially those working with the children.
Okay.
2/3 feel less stressed. So it seems that volunteering may improve your life.
Okay.
And now, to sum up, by volunteering, you can make a huge difference. And we go back to our unit, or the title of our unit, Make a Difference.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, what advice you can give to your students when writing a paragraph? Now, our students learned a bit about the technique. Now, how can a student produce a well-organized paragraph other than learning about the topic sentence, the body, and other parts of it?
Well, I
Yes.
think the students should read and read, because the more you read, the more you write. So when you just are reading, you're just taking information. To produce new information, you have to write. So if you don't read, you will not be able to write.
So do you advise your student to start writing directly?
No,
Or
no. The basic of the sentence is words. And they
Yes.
have to learn more words. Just as we did here now. We pick up some words and then we employ them in new context, and then we make a full sentence.
Okay,
And now
thank
you
you.
build up your paragraph sentence by sentence, and so on and so forth.
Okay, thank you. By the end of our seminar, let me thank Mr. Mazen, our colleague Mr. Mazen Abdul Karim, and Mrs. Samar Asrawi for their participation. I hope that our students get benefit of what we did today, and we hope to meet again with new seminars. Now, dear students, remember always that learning English is something easy. The more you practice, the more you read, the more you do is a way to learn English well. Just what?
Just
Feel confident.
and practice. Express yourself in a class. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to commit mistakes, because when you commit mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, and you will be able to speak and to speak and write English very well.
Okay, thank you. Now, Mrs. Summer,
Yes.
can you do you want to give any advice to your colleagues or any other advice to your students?
Yeah, sure. For my colleagues, you have to smile, always smile, okay, and prepare yourself. Yeah, for your lesson. Every time you come to your class, you have to be well prepared, and you have to finish.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear colleagues. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for joining us, and hope we will meet again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.